Aloha everybody. Welcome to Astrorisa Moon Forecaster. It is 2020 and we are back. We're here for the March 9th full moon in Virgo forecast, and that's for Monday, March 9th. The time for this full moon is 1:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The moon is in Virgo, 19 degrees in house 3. The sun is in Pisces, 19 degrees in house 9. And also the ascendant is in Cancer, 19 degrees. So, again, welcome to the super full moon for this March time. This full moon time in the earth sign of Virgo also has all three earth signs being stimulated with planetary activity. That means that Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn have active planets residing in them. Yet the other elemental signs of fire, water, and air, they do not. So that is significant. That's a significant meaning. That means that all forms of purging, grounding, healing, and structuring are being amplified during this lunar season. And we can take advantage of this timeline to create changes related to those activated houses. Also, we have Mercury going direct. It is currently still in retrograde even during this full moon time, and it won't go direct until this evening at 10:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So for all of you moon workers that want to do the full moon fill 'em up or any other type of full moon ceremony to amplify, create, invigorate, make things better, I would personally suggest that you do that about an hour before Mercury goes direct. So within the 9 o'clock time, p.m., your time, 10 o'clock, because again, it goes direct at 10:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So whatever that time frame is for you, that would be a great time for you to do your full moon ceremony, whatever that would be. Okay, so let's get into this forecast. So just like I had mentioned, the earth signs are activated with planets or planetary activity. We have the moon in Virgo. We have Mars in Capricorn in house 6. We have Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn also in Capricorn in house 7. We have Uranus and Venus in the sign of Taurus, both in house 10. So let's talk a little bit about these houses. So house 3 is ruled by Gemini, and it relates to communication, neighbors and neighborhoods, lower institutions of learning such as elementary and middle school or junior high school, libraries, relationships with siblings and co-workers, and community affairs. House 6 is ruled by Virgo. It relates to health and services, schedules, nature, organizations, and routines. Your house 7 is ruled by Libra. That's relating to partnerships, relationship matters, and contracts. And last but not least, we have house 10. That's ruled by Capricorn. It relates to corporations, authority, boundaries, traditions, achievement, fatherhood, and parents. So this moon time will have a great influence on these four houses mentioned. Again, we're talking about house 3, 6, 7, and 10. And those houses currently occupy all three earth signs. So what brings ease to this moon time is the number 19 vibration, or I should say the 19-degree vibration. As it pertains to the first house, we have Cancer 19 degrees. Interesting, right? So this Cancer in 19 degrees, the first house represents you. What comes to you, what you're attracted to. It represents your overall energy in a sense. So with the first house with Cancer 19 degrees, our attention is going to turn inward towards our home, our family, and our loved ones. We collectively become emotionally energized to improve this area of our lives and the lives of others. Something within our personal space, our abode, becomes illuminated, and we want to improve it. We want to heal it or nurture it. We have the Virgo moon 19 degrees in house 3. That is also going to be connecting to the planets that are residing in the sign of Capricorn. I'm mentioning now some aspects, and you all can look those up. We have the moon trine Jupiter, moon trine Mars, moon trine Pluto. All of that happening in the sign of Capricorn. Now, collectively, many people are concerned about their jobs, finances, and ability to work. And I'm also going to say your ability to survive. But 19 degrees brings inspiration, opportunity, and creativity. We'll find ourselves tapping into our ability to create or find opportunities that allow us to overcome challenges. Virgo energy can bounce back and climb over nearly any obstacle. Moon in Virgo is a consummate emotional healer. It self-repairs and can figure out how to survive emotional and psychological trauma. We are truly in need of this lunar Virgo energy now because of the onslaught of fear due to this COVID-19 situation. COVID-19, and we're down with 19 degrees. That's interesting. So though we're not experiencing the Virgo sun time, which would be a fantastic energy source to use for overcoming physical and worldly challenges, the Pisces sun is in 19 degrees. That affords us that sunny intensity and strength to push through both emotional and psychological exhaustion, which affects our physical stamina. So using this moon time to create and bring forth your internal vigor, determination, and healing powers to overcome current challenges is a universal gift, everyone. So let's look at discussing finances, jobs, and challenges. And we're looking at the archetype of Shango and Oshun. Those two planets that correspond with those archetypes is Uranus and Venus. And it's in the sign of Taurus, and it resides in house 10. I kept being drawn to these aspects when writing up this forecast. So let's just look at that. Uranus is 4 degrees Taurus in house 10. The aspect is Saturn squares Uranus. So it's talking about what is familiar and comfortable receives an unexpected jolt, which can affect our jobs, career, or position. There can be an inner tension brewing in this area, a struggle between or within hierarchy, or fear of something new being disruptive to the status quo or to what's familiar. And we can name several things that could be. So one may have to figure out how carefree, challenging, or restrictive they may need to be during this moon time in order to create the harmony needed to avoid permanent losses. We can identify, again, this virus. So some people may be a bit too carefree. Maybe we're being a bit too restrictive, but we're going to have to figure that out. And we can also apply this Uranus-Taurus in house 10 aspect of Saturn square Uranus. We can apply that aspect to our jobs. We can apply that to really anything. So we really have to be structured and practical in the decisions that we're making during this moon time. Now, this forecast spans a 27 to 28 day time frame. So we want to look at that during this time frame. And of course, it can go beyond depending on what the situation entails. Let's look at this Venus 5 degrees Taurus in house 10. The aspect is Venus squares Saturn. This is our struggle to create, find, or express our freedom from an oppressive state. Many of us have been feeling these aspects days or weeks before they hit. Being aware of what we're being cosmically confronted with will help us make more concrete decisions. During this moon time, will you be changing residence, careers, or other big changes? Whatever we choose to do, let's first take time to consider it from every angle and then enthusiastically and with great vigor make those necessary changes without fear. So until next time, have a healing, invigorating, and fulfilling full moon time. And remember to know your truest self. Follow the moon.